Hello, and welcome to today's review of Fallout 76. And if you are curious on what's going on in the game, I don't know what to tell you because I don't get a lot of I didn't understand the story. I had a hard time with it because it's not presented in cutscenes or with NPCs giving you quests. It's presented through one cutscene at the beginning that leads into a character creation suite, which, oh, we'll talk about that in a moment. But the story is presented with through like memory tapes and through terminals. There are no NPCs in the game, so when you run into somebody, it's somebody that's there. But it's such a large map that you rarely ever see anyone. Now, while that's great for the idea of Fallout in the survival sense, because nuclear war has ended, it's 2102, and you're just coming out of Vault 76 to try to reestablish the Appalachian Mountains, essentially. You don't know what happened to anyone or where they are, and it's so close to the Fallout that there are no NPCs. So from that standpoint, I understand that they're trying to get you in and immerse you to the game. It just kind of falls flat for me because I didn't know what was going on. The only time I really knew when a mission ended, you got a flash on the screen that said mission complete, and then you went right into another one, which was a checkpoint, and then another checkpoint, and another checkpoint. And the only time I really felt like I completed anything was when I got an achievement for completing a certain mission. Now, when you look at it from a graphical standpoint, the large draw distances of the big map are good. They're not great, they're not outstanding, but they're good. And when you pull it in close, you get pixelation, and it's kind of fuzzy, and it's just kind of subpar. Now, I understand why this was done because it's a multiplayer online game. It's essentially an MMO without being massive, but the map is massive. Though there isn't hundreds or thousands of people on your one map, there's about 24. So when you have this server pushing all of this content of a large map to 24 people at once, cuts need to be made so it can run fairly smoothly. Now, people are reporting bugs and glitches, so it's not running smoothly, though I personally never saw those bugs or glitches. The biggest problem I had is with the combat. It is, without a doubt, a Fallout title, but with most Fallout games, when you would bring up your Pip-Boy or press start, it would pause the game, and you could take your time to do your inventory management, and you could make sure you had the proper weapon out. I, at one point, was being attacked by, I don't remember what they were called. They were mutated humans. But I ran out of ammo in my gun, and as I was trying to flip through the Pip-Boy to change my weapon, the game didn't pause, so I kept getting attacked and attacked and attacked. I ended up throwing out my camp, getting an achievement for throwing out my camp, then promptly dying. So that was a frustration for me. Now, like, I understand it's always online and you can't pause that kind of thing. If there is a quick switch feature, I never found it and didn't know how to use it. For me, there was one really big highlight, one thing that I loved about this game, and that came within the first 2 minutes after the character creation, and that was the addition of a little mini game called Nuka Tapper or Nuka Cola Tapper. Basically, it's an old 80s game called Root Beer Tapper, skinned in the Fallout Pip-Boy kind of aesthetic. And I spent probably 15 to 20 minutes just slinging the Nuka Cola up and down the bar top instead of continuing the game. And since it reminded me, we have that character creation. It was a pain to use. You basically had this face, and some presets that weren't too great, and so when you went and you tried to change things, you had to highlight it and then move the sticks, because I played on console, and it was just very awkward for me and rough to get the face exactly where I wanted it. With all those downs and the one highlight, the game really made me happy that I didn't buy it, that I only rented it. It's one that I don't recommend for purchase, and I definitely don't recommend it for the special editions. Now, if you're going to rent it, play it, have fun with it for a day or two, see if you really like it. I didn't, though I could see how fans of the series, like big fans of the series that want to know everything about the story, would like it. It just the way that story is presented can be hard to follow. Now, I understand I might be in the minority, and if you like this game, you didn't like this game, go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know how you feel. Spark that conversation so we can go back and have a respectful conversation with each other about our feelings on this game. And until then, and until next time, have a great night.